Apologies for the dead broadcast at the beginning. Welcome on in, everybody. Morning, Kareem. I had a little bit of chili, leftover chili from last night that I wanted to get into my body so that way I'd have a slightly better workout. Generally speaking, it's not ideal to work out on an empty stomach. What I also meant to do was do my Friday weigh-in. I just forgot. I guess I could do it. Should I? Why not? We got the time. But to do this, I will have to strip down, so I will be, I'm gonna do this, and then this will take me just a minute. I can't do this on camera, because if you're gonna weigh in, you gotta do it properly, you gotta do it, wrestling style, so to speak, which requires stripping down. So, we're gonna go right here. We're gonna hit, the scale, and then we'll hit heavy bench. So get ready, y'all. All right. Scale is on. Take my socks off so I can measure the body fat. Again, for those of you trying to understand why I'm not doing this live, it's because they're a really good way to get censored. 212.2 pounds. And it says 15.4% body fat. That is a lot higher than I was expecting, frankly. I'm not sure that's accurate. I'm gonna go for one more reading on that. That's way higher than any other reading I've gotten in a hot minute. I'm wondering if that's off. Let's try that one more time. Two 12.2. That's saying 15.2. That is alarming, actually. I've not seen a rating of, that's the first time it's been above 13 and a half, let alone 14 or 15. I don't think that's right, frankly. I may try that again tomorrow. I'm not 100% sold on that as a number. I can still see my abs, so that's kind of telling me that that number is a little bit off. So I'm not sure. That does seem a bit odd. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'll probably try that again tomorrow. All right. Was 177.5. Yeah, weighed in at 212.2, and it said 15.2% body fat, which I'm kind of having trouble believing. I think that's a little on the high side. It's the first time that scale is giving me a number that's too high. I think it's still trying to figure out where exactly I am, because it's been as low as 8.6, which is also bullshit. I'm not single digits. If I was, you'd see veins popping even though I'm not lifting. I'm not single digits, but I also don't think I'm at 15. So, what that tells me is that I think there's maybe a margin of error. Mine's been saying 12%, you're more cut than me. I think if I had to guess, I'm somewhere around 13. That would be my estimate. And I mean 13.0, I don't mean 13.9. See, this is the right, there's the left. Head on out. So sorry about the delays this morning. Had to do that. Had to finish brushing my teeth too, and got a great compliment from a local nurse. She complimented that I dropped some weight. Hell yeah, Big Red. Have you been tracking it? Good for you, man. That's not easy, man. Kentucky's given our great country quite a few delicious but not particularly good for you foods and drinks over the years. Between burgoo, well, y'all's fried chicken. I'm sure there are like actual fried chicken joints in Kentucky that are really good, but KFC itself is not very good. It's fried chicken, so it's not terrible, but like it's the worst fried chicken. Full doubt though, or full disclosure on that one. KFC, if you live outside of the United States, is not KFC if you live inside of the United States. They are two entirely different things. So I've had some international people be like, bro, what's up with all the KFC slander? I'm like, nah. See, they do something different with the international stuff. Either that or food outside of the United States is way less delicious than I've been led to believe. It's been a hot minute since I left the US, so all my memories on that are perhaps clouded in rose-colored glasses. Brits love KFC. Well, okay, they're British, to be honest. Literally any other international cuisine is going to be an improvement besides the Scandinavians. Hey, what's up? Welcome on in. Drake Trevlig, welcome on in. Down actually 12%. I don't know, man. See, I've seen you... Yeah, the actual figure, it's about a consistency thing. It's about increases and decreases over time. I'm not going to do a ton of skipping rope today because I've decided to put on the steel toes, which means jumping rope is a lot harder, but we'll get started with this. Now, you may be noticing something a bit different. You'll may notice that it's my car on the left here, or I guess my left, y'all's right. Oh, ooh, that came up and hit me in the nuts. Okay, we're done with that for now. Oh, breathe. Ouchie. Pretty dank compared to the bunker food they normally eat. So the British can do a couple of food items well. Cheese, beer. Well, beer's not really a food, but you get the idea. It's liquid bread. And, well, bread, honestly. English can make any European country makes bread better than we do here in the United States. Just did 20. No, dude, I just hit my nuts. Fuck that shit. All I'm trying to do is boost my heart rate a little bit. Alright, fine. You gave me that punching bag, and I feel bad because I was gone all last weekend, so I haven't been able to install it, so fair enough. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Take the earbuds out, because I feel like they're gonna bounce out. Here I get good chicken, you have to find local diners and mom and pop joints on Main Street. Kentucky has also given us burgoo, which is, it's kind of, on one hand it's kind of gross, but on the other I really respect the resourcefulness. And to be honest, compared to other things like scrapple in the Appalachian region, it's not so bad. Really hard to do with steel-toed shoes on. All right, I'm done. Let's move on. Let's do hot browns. Why are you wearing shoes for it? Because I don't know. There are some people who are into barefoot lifting, and I've never understood it. Not really my scene. All right, we're gonna warm up. Real nice. Simple. Easy. Oh, before I forget, Lab Boys, you were asking me about hack squats, right? I'll show you this. This shit's weird, man. I'm gonna do it with one plate just because I'm lazy and don't really feel like having to do shit ton of racking and de-racking. I'm also sore as fuck because I hit squats pretty hard yesterday. Alright, so hack squat. To me, this is a jack of multiple trades and a master of none. To me, this is like, it's got all the risk of a deadlift, but a lot less of the benefits of a hip hinge. So a hack squat would be easier if I put you guys here. Be a man, skip right or wreck your toes. No, I'm not taking off my shoes just for a fucking warm-up exercise with jump rope. Okay, so for a hack squat, as we all know, regular squat, you put on your shoulders. Oh god, that's sore. You squat, right? Regular deadlift, you take the bar, right? You come up with it. A hack squat, just short for Hackenschmidt squat, didn't actually know that. Named after a German lifter in the late 19th and early 20th centuries named Hackenschmidt. You put the bar behind your ankles. You grab it with a forehand grip, and you come up with it. It's behind you. Now, I personally don't quite understand the appeal of this move. Because again, it seems like it's not doing anything. It hits your quads a little bit harder than a squat or a deadlift individually would. But quads are very, very seldom most people's limiting muscle on a squat. Usually it's either glutes or hamstrings. I know that's the case for myself. Much in the same way that for bench, actually bench is a little bit counterintuitive. For me, it's actually triceps is the limiting factor. Double fist bump, boom, boom. What's up, King Nick? Anyway, the point of a hack squat to me, and I think it's the same thing with a Zercher, is it gives you, it's less about it working a different muscle or a subset of muscles better than traditional squat. I think it's more to give you a little bit more variety, a little bit more flavor in your workouts as opposed to, you know, just doing regular squats over and over again. So maybe that's it. Oh, happy Flex Friday. Nah, it ain't Flex Friday. This is Financial Fitness Friday. This is the one stream a week where I am both live and the stock market is open, which means after the stream we usually talk money, because that's fun. But first we'll warm up. Oh. So we're gonna go heavy bench today. I'll just rest on my chest for a moment. Really widen that grip for a bit. And go to narrow. I slept on my shoulder, on my right shoulder. I have a bad habit of doing this, and it means my right shoulder wakes up a bit sore, and that's not ideal. What's up, Wally Champ? Good morning. Hydrant Campy, thank you. Yeah, if y'all noticed, I had the roommate trim up the mohawk. I think it's looking a bit better. Trimmed the top just a little bit, but mostly just the sides. It's definitely looking like I got almost sort of the plume, which I did because my hair stands pretty much straight up most of the time, unless it's wet. And even then I can slick it back and it'll mostly come straight up. And when I do that, it looks like I'm 6'4", which matches a hero of mine. The man, really in a lot of senses, especially for bench, is the reason that I've come as far as I have. Thoughts on pit vipers? The snake? I mean, they're cool, but they're poisonous, aren't they? Seems dangerous. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty well. All right. Warm up a little bit with this. This is just 215. We're not wrapping at this. We're warming up. 2, 3. All right. So the question is, how heavy do we want to push today? And remember, okay, this is Ag's golden rule of solo bench pressing. Never ever use a clip while you're bench pressing alone. It's unsafe, okay? Don't use the clips, because in an emergency where you fail, you can tilt the weight off as opposed to having it stuck on your body. Unfortunately, a couple people usually die of exactly that thing every single year because they bench alone and they put clips on, thinking that's the safe thing to do when it isn't. As an engineer in the nuclear industry, I am pretty much legally required to put safety first, and I believe in a culture of safety. It is an important thing. All right. Thoughts on Pit Vipers? No, the sunglasses. Oh, I haven't seen the Pit Viper sunglasses. I think you sent me something about that, but I don't remember what they look like. Hey, what's up, today? Just a half rep, 135. I saw someone put clips on the Smith machine. What? What? Hang on, hold up. The whole point of a Smith machine is that it's balanced. What would clips help you do? How do you make a Smith machine tilt? But what was the point of that? Why? That's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Why would you need to put clips on a Smith machine? That doesn't make any sense. Are you screwing with me? Nobody's that stupid, right? Come on. All right, so we're gonna start with bench press. So what I'm gonna do is hit 305 just for one. See how I'm feeling and go from there. I don't think I'm gonna go for my mat. I'm not gonna attempt to beat my PR, which is 355, because I'm on a cut cycle. That doesn't make sense. We'll go from here. Let's just see how 305 feels. This should come up really easily. Oh. Come on, headphones, why are you not connected? There it is. Nice and easy. This will come up real easy. Yeah. No problem. No problem. Let's do 335. I'm thinking that'll be about right. I could probably rep that for 2, maybe 3, but that's not what we're doing here. I'll never use a Smith machine, but I'm glad others do. Leaves the real racks open for me to. I hate you. Honestly, okay, bro. I know you like Zerchers, but after trying them, I think that's just your subtle way of bicep curling in the squat rack on leg day. I'm convinced that's what you're really doing. I'm convinced it's an elaborate troll. All right. So this is 35, 125, 215, 305, 335. This should come up fairly easily as well. How long does a vetting process take for prospective sport owners? Dude, I have no idea. I don't pay attention to sports that much. All right. Let's see here. When did I go to bed last night? I went to bed, I think around 10:30, woke up at 7, so that's 8.5 hours. Not bad. Okay. Let's get a little Van Halen going. This should come up pretty easily. Again, the last one was 305 and it came up like that. Feeling Get Up off of the 5150 album, which by the way, Someone sent me, or I was looking at that album the other day and actually watching an interview of the bodybuilder they got to do that album cover. He said the 3 days shooting that album cover with Van Halen, this is early Sammy Hagar era Van Halen, were the wildest 3 days of his entire life. He actually was a bodybuilder guy in the 80s on ESPN, so that's pretty baller right there. Anyway, here we go. We'll play Get Up. Getting blood work done this morning. Oh shit. You okay, bro? Oh shit. Your blood fell out of my ear, bounced off the mat, and went into the power block. I should probably clean that. Alright. I'm gonna focus for a bit here. I'm gonna try and do this with a minimal back arch, but if I back arch a little, I'm not really gonna give that much of a shit. Again, I'm on cut cycle, and this is not a PR for me. I've hit this before. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, don't tell me that. Did my music app really just crash? Bro, what the hell? Plays like the first 3 notes of Get Up and then it just stops. That's not helpful. It's a killer riff to start, but I need more than that. All right, let's try that a second time. All right, this is 335. 35, 125, 215, 305, 335. Here we go. Easy. That was nothing. All right, that was, I mean, come on, that went up pretty easy there. Was my form good? I think my back arched a touch, but it wasn't that bad. What do y'all think? Did y'all, if I could get a clip of that, actually, that'd be pretty helpful. At this point, yes, I saw that the city of Tempe rejected the Coyotes, which, to be honest, I don't blame them. With a franchise that has been that trash for that long, why would you want that in your city? No, move them to Houston. I agree. Let's get the arrows. All right, so that was 335, and that went up pretty easy. I don't want to try for a PR today. I feel like I should have now, though. I feel maybe I could have gotten it. Little back arch is fine, none of that powerlifting shit. I mean, to me, ultimately, if you get the weight down, touch your chest, and it comes back up, you have successfully benched it. Let's go ahead and, I'm saying 350. You want to see 350? Again, that was pretty easy. I'm thinking 350, y'all. And the only reason I'm actually doing this is because my man Celtsy, who does a shit ton of really cool HIIT workouts. Yo, Two-Day, if you don't know about Celtsy, you need. I'm having a good day though. I slept pretty well and took some caffeine this morning. So my boy Celtsy here does a shit ton of HIIT workouts. Two-Day, you in particular need to check this guy out. He's way better at it than I am, and maybe almost as good. He's maybe in your ballpark, because 2 days, some of the shit you do is wild. But he showed me this garage gym challenge that's going on right now, where you're supposed to submit a PR or a 1 rep max for squat, bench, and deadlift. And I'm on a cut cycle, so I'm not going to be doing PRs, like actual PRs above what I've ever done before. But I can put on a pretty decent show that's close to, if not my actual max. So we've done 335. Let's give 350 a shot here. Does that sound good? I'm gonna go ahead and write that down though, because that definitely counts as a set. At this weight, that's a lot of weight. I'm just hoping I don't fail on this. Not that it would be the worst thing in the world, just that it would be really annoying. Because what'll happen is if I fail, I'll have to tilt it. And if I have to tilt it, that means the weight just kind of goes everywhere and it's a pain in the ass to pick up. But that's okay. I don't mind it. Let me give myself an extra minute though. I'll repost it on my Insta. All right, so this is again 35, 125, 215, 305, 335, 345, 350. 350, just like the greatest engine ever made by my countrymen. The small block Chevy. Not a PR, no repost. I don't care. I don't quite have the confidence to do 360 on a cut cycle. That doesn't seem, especially after having just done a set of 335. If I wanted to push for a PR, I should have gone from 305 straight to 360. And I don't think that's smart. So I'll do 350 here. We'll see how it feels. Let's go with the other reliable Van Halen song I use for maxing, which is Source of Infection. And then after this, we'll go down weight. We'll start repping stuff. Again, I can submit 335 and be comfortable with that, right? So I did 380 yesterday on squat. Right? If I throw 335 on here, right, put together, that's 380, 680, 710, 715, and I know I can get 385 on deadlift, which puts me at 1100, and I'm totally happy with that. Throw on 1100, I'm pretty good. Hell, I guarantee you, fuck. If we do it tomorrow, and maybe I will, just for the YOLO, I'll throw on deadlift. If I hit, I'll see if I can hit 405. If we hit that, that'll be 1120-ish. I'm fine with that. My actual PR for all three would be, and I don't do them on the same day because that would be fucking idiotic, is 1195. Big Red Fro, after watching that. Hey, thank you very much. Say hi yai, or say hi il. Sahil? I don't know how to say that. But thank you for the follow. After watching the Mets last week, I love it. The Mets are a clown show. As a Nationals fan, they bring me great joy. I have an unapologetic, that's the thing, I don't even hate the Mets, I just like laughing at them. It's Sahai, alright, or wait, hold up. Sahil, alright, Sahil, thank you. What's up, Ralph? Alright, well, come on in, y'all, this is 350 right here. I'll tell the guys on the Discord, not that they give a shit, but just cause, why not? Hang on, there we go. Let's see how 350 feels on bench. Content creators board. I need to stop caring about the tree server. Nobody shows up from there anymore. It's kind of sad. Oh well. Team with 100 million payroll should not be underplaying this season. Oh no, that's the thing. It's the Mets. That's the joke. The Mets are underachievers in the best possible way. And remember, by the way, before you feel bad for Mets fans, the new owner is the guy who tried to short GameStop into the ground, so fuck him. I like the stock. I don't own any, but I like the memes that come from it, so I'm a fan. I can 360, dude. I've seen your 360 bar spin, motherfucker. It's 355 max. It's not the full 360. right? And I did bench 355, and you've seen me do that, so there. All right, let's hit this. I need some like smelling salts for this shit. Oh, come on, do not fucking stop it. Really? Internet's funky today, man. It's decided to like download the first 5 seconds of the song and then buffer. Like it's 2008, which is annoying as shit. There it goes. Oh, here we go. And I know I'm taking a long time about that, with this, sorry. Take this off in advance. That's 350. I'll take it. Ugly, but I got it. Yeah, I could have definitely done that cleaner if I had not done 335 before. I'll take it. We're done at that though. 350. Let's go. I don't know if I'm gonna send that one in or send 335. I feel like the form is definitely jank on that. I might just send in the 335. Swallow my pride a bit. Let's rep 275. Always resonance of St. Louis having an un-St. Louis like season. I love it. The Cards needed to have a bad year for a change. I'm so sick of the Cards and their pixie dust bullshit. Hey! Say what? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Wax on down. Woo! Ready, set, go! God, I love Van Halen so much. All right, 35, 125, 215, 265, 275. Let's go! Let's go! Life is a source of infection. Life is a source of infection. Replacing Molina was always going to be hard. All right, let's see, so that's Yeah, we'll do one more set of this and then probably rep out at 225. Oh, I feel good, man. That was, okay, so that may not seem like a big deal because I'll hit 7 to 8 on 275 a fair amount of the time. But here's the thing, right? That was after repping a 1 rep at 305, 335, and then 355. If I hit this fresh today, I'm getting 10. I think your 295 is my 185. Most I've ever done, let's see. Dude, what I need to do is, actually, I think the most I've ever hit on 315 is 4, I want to say. Dude, my bench is fucking awesome. Like, hitting 350 on a cut, like multiple months into a cut, that's fucking great. Well, and it looks like Joe Workouts went live, which means my audience is going away in 3, 2, 1, boom. No, I'm really happy about that. I'm thrilled. Being able to hit 275 after hitting after hitting 305 and 355 or 350 and 335, that's fantastic. At 350, that was dicey. I mean, I'm gonna review the tape on that, but it was stuck right about here, just at extension for a couple seconds, and that was nerve-wracking as shit. I had a brief moment of doubt, but I powered through. Now, 78 degrees in here. That's not bad. The thing is, the limiting factor for my bench is not chest, it's tricep. For me, my triceps are definitely my weak point. I can get a lot heavier weight to about like here. It's locking out on tris. It's my challenge. Have you ordered a window AC unit yet? No, and I don't plan to. Here's the trouble, right? So y'all can see. Wait, tilt the laptop over for a sec. My car is in here, and you know it's a plug-in hybrid. It's an electric car, or at least an electrified car if you want to split hairs. But my roommate's car is also electric. What does this mean? Well, what it means is that we have 2 electric cars already in here, one of which is charging most of the time. If we try charging both, it trips the circuit. It's too much electrical demand on one circuit. So to throw in a window AC unit in here would require fairly substantial electrical work, and that's a cost I haven't really been wanting to swallow yet. I can consider doing it, but at the same time, there are also some benefits to thermal resistance. I'm going to keep this off for another heavyweight set. There's some benefits to thermal resistance that you get from not having AC, so it's a benefit. Hey, what's up, 111, 111? That's a lot of ones. That looks like Cyrillic. I can never tell what Slavic language it is, but Privyet. Welcome, good morning. Love the Tan Chief. Yeah, I went to the beach last weekend. Appreciate it, Croswell. So we're at 26 in here. We've already hit 15, so y'all get the egg whites. If we hit 30, we'll do handstand push-ups. And I know I'm going like super slow on this, but we hit 350. I don't give a shit. The fact that we did that already means today was a good day. All right, this will be the last heavy set. We're gonna go down weight and rep out on 225, I think. Let's go with, I know it's a fucking poppy song, but I don't care. I'm gonna play Sawed Off Shotgun by the Glorious Sons because I like it. Take my mess. Here we go, 275. All right, that's another set of 8. I'll take that. It'll get to It'll get to 95, 100, 105 in here in the summer. It's not too bad. It's better in Texas. I don't know who to trust. Yeah, they sent the tax man. I lost my job and you got hooked on oxycodone. They shut the lights off. They took the car and I bought a sawed-off shotgun. Although Alec Mills, yikes. Dude, it's weird. I don't know why, but every so often I'll get someone who comes in here speaking a Slavic language in Cyrillic, and I fuck with it. I love having an international audience. But it's the same thing as like if someone came in here speaking Korean. I have no idea what you're saying. Maybe I should learn a little bit. Let's see, this is a 6 out of bench. Ooh, yeah, they sent the tax man. Alright, now I need something for this. Yes! Alright, this is a burnout set. This is the NFL Combine weight. 35, 125, 215, 225. For those who use metric, this is as near as makes no difference, 100 kilograms. I think it's slightly more, but it might be 101. Let's go with Rats in the Cellar by Aerosmith. Off of the best Aerosmith album, Rocks. What's up, your boy Blue? We got with this game. Hope you have a good stream. I appreciate that. I don't know what game you're talking about. You're talking about dating? You're talking about a video game? You're talking about basketball? Who knows? All right. So we're going to rep this out. I'd like to get at least 12 here. Normally I can get more than that. My PR for this is I think 21 or 22. I'm not going to hit that because obviously I'm not fresh, but we'll see. He's playing Dragon's Dogma. I have no idea what that is. I don't really do much video games. Although I've been talking about maybe firing up old school RuneScape and making an account where you guys decide what I do. Because I do need content on Sundays. That could be a lot of fun. I thought about it. That's one I'd want to sort of bounce off my audience. The other one is we talked about rebranding a little bit. Again, I know. I probably wouldn't do it until like the end of the year. But if A&M has another fucking embarrassing dog shit season, I might rebrand because I like making my image about stoicism, right? Control what you can, focus on what you can control. And I can't control A&M. Not only just, it's not, if they were just mediocre, it'd be one thing. It's that they're an active embarrassment. It's going and hiring Bobby Petrino. It's Jimbo Fisher never learning to shut the fuck up. It's shit like that. And it makes me, not want to associate with A&M. And that makes me sad, because I'm a diehard Aggie. But if this bullshit keeps up, it's too much egg on my face, so Minotaur Muscle is the name I've been kicking around, because I think the Minotaur is cool as shit. For those who are into astrology, I'm not, but I'm a Taurus, and frankly, a bull is really fucking cool anyway. And I don't know, I'm stubborn like a bull. I like to think at this point I'm getting strong like a bull. I feel like it fits. Also, the Minotaur is a really cool Greek legend. Who's the real bad guy there? I think it's Jason. What's up, Trackstar? All right, so we're gonna hit this. 225. Shit, we are burning a lot of time here. As a side note, they just released a new G-Shock that's got a heart rate monitor on the wrist for the first time. That's like not gigantic, like so big that even it looks ridiculous on me. And I'm not a small guy. It's one of the original like square designs from the 80s, but they've thrown a more modern tech into it. And I'd go for it, but it's got Bluetooth, which means I can't wear it to work. Besides, I like my Rangeman. That thing's a tank. But if y'all are into, if y'all want a good kind of do-it-all watch, that might be a good one to look at. I think it's solar powered too, which means it's basically indestructible. It's an indestructible heart rate monitor that you can wear anywhere. If the Titans are looking to see the battle of Antietam, I'll take it. Big Red Fro, do you mean the Battle of Sharpsburg? You are on a channel of a Southerner, I might add. I do live in the state that rather stupidly kicked that whole embarrassing saga of American history off. Fucking South Carolina. But no, I'm proud of my state. Governor McMaster finally banned the Carolina squat, which needed to fucking happen. I'm pretty libertarian when it comes to keeping things legal, but the Carolina squat is openly dangerous. It probably kills at least a couple kids every year. That's fucked up. So, yeah, probably. You shouldn't need to make stupidity illegal, but the fact that someone would willingly do that to their automobile says we kind of have to. Anyway. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Let's hit this. This is 225. Come on. 13. Get up. 15, let's go. Whew. All right, we're done with bench press. Let's go to close grip. Rats innocent. Kids are turned again, huh? Let's start 215. If we need to go down, we're going down. We probably will. Oh, that felt good. Last you seen the Titans. Hey, thank you very much. TW09518 Fawcett. That's a name. Welcome on in. Is that Hanji? Is that Chinese? Mandarin, I should say. I love it. Love an international audience. Last season, the Titans have spent much more time on the IR than winning games. Dude, I'm a Capitals fan. You don't need to tell me about that. Even Ovechkin was out last year because his father passed away. Mikhail Ovechkin was a legend in Russia. He was a Soviet Olympian, as was Tatiana Ovechkina, Alexander Ovechkin's mother. Which means I'm convinced that in the 1980s, I guess this would have been when Chernenko was premier, I'm convinced there was a Soviet experiment to create the perfect hockey athlete after, like I think when 1980, this is my conspiracy theory, so tinfoil hat on for a moment. In 1980, after the Red Army team was embarrassed at Lake Placid, USA! Sorry, any Russians that are watching. Come on. The Soviet Union started up a secret program to create the ultimate hockey player. And the two athletes they chose to create this hockey player that were genetically superior were Mikhail Ovechkin and Tatiana Ovechkina. And they bred the greatest hockey player to have ever lived, and that player is Alexander Ovechkin. And we are all blessed to watch that man play hockey. And I don't care who you are. The only player I will make an argument for being better of all time than Ovi is maybe Gordie Howe. Because Ovi's a complete player. He hits like a fucking freight train. He's got the greatest shot of all time. He's a surprisingly good passer. And he's got, well, you know, he's in his late 30s now, so he doesn't have quite the skating speed that he had in his younger days, but he was quick as a lightning bolt in the, you know, in the first half of his career. I cannot point to a man who is a better hockey player. I don't think there will be another Alexander Ovechkin. I genuinely believe that. I do not think any hockey player will ever quite measure up to what he has been able to do. And yes, I think he's going to break the record, and I can't wait for it. Now, I'll go one further. Alexander Ovechkin is both the greatest athlete Washington, D.C. has ever had in any sport, and the greatest Russian athlete I have ever seen. You put Ovi over Gretzky? You're damn right I do. Gretzky was a one-half player. In the 1980s, he got goons to do all the dirty work for him. Gretzky never hit people. Gretzky never had to do any of the rough stuff. He got bodyguards. And those goons were allowed to do a lot of damage to a lot of other players. Remember, this is the 80s, so a lot more dirty shit was legal to keep Gretzky scoring. Not to mention, the goaltending in the 1980s was nowhere near as good as it is now. The butterfly was only just coming onto the scene by 1990 with Dominik Hasek, who was arguably the greatest goalie, one of the greatest goalies of all time. But, right, Dominik Hasek was one of 30, 28, you know, however many teams they had in 1990, goalies on the ice. So, you know, Gretzky was shooting at sieves for more than half of his career and in his most productive years with Edmonton in the 80s. Not to mention, again, the quality of those Edmonton Dynasty-era teams was so damn good that he did not have to, right, he did not have to worry, the exception of the Flames in '89 and Lanny McDonald. He did not have the severity of competition that Ovechkin's had. Right, Ovechkin has had an equally dynamic player on the rival team with Crosby and the Penguins. Whereas I don't think Gretzky ever had to deal with that in Edmonton. Again, Lanny's a great player. Lanny McDonald is not on Wayne Gretzky's level. That's my theory right there. Hasek is slinky for a spine. Dude, Dominik Hasek was a baller. Anyway, let's go ahead and do a set of close grip here. Seven. I'm gonna stick with that for another set. It felt pretty good. Wrists are a little bit sore. What's up, BitLife? No, whoa, BitLife. This is a safety precaution. Of course there are no clamps on the end. Dude, if you're lifting alone and you're not benching with clamps on the end, that's the safe thing to do, because if you fail, let's say you tear something at the bottom, you can tilt it off and you get the weight off you. There's one or two people that die every year because they try to max their bench, they put clips on and they get stuck at the bottom and it kills them. No, I preach safety on this channel. If you are benching alone, do not use clips under any circumstances. It's better to come up on balance and have it tilt than risk it getting pinned on you. Now that's a huge safety thing. So it's actually safer to do this. All right, bars, just let the bar. That's fair. Yeah. What's up, Huffle? Nice sweaty hug. There you go. Shadow Fox WP, thanks for the follow. Just let the bar down and slide out. Yeah, so that's true. If you have guards that you like to use, that's a different thing, but I'm real big on depth on bench. I like hitting my chest. So I can't really do that without resting it, and that just screws with my form. So I don't like doing that. I don't know who's supposed to get this up from a game show, so I get it. Good enough. Thank you very much, BitLife. Let me give you a shout out. Yo, BitLife, have you been doing this garage thing that Celti's been promoting with the like bench squat deads PRs? So first off, y'all, go give the BitLife show a follow. I actually went on to his show. He's not just a fitness streamer, and he's in really good shape just like I am. Probably better shape, to be honest. His dead is definitely better than mine. I think we're about on par on squat. I think I've got the edge on you on bench. But he does interviews of other streamers. He's interviewed me, Akroshi, basically everyone at this point, it seems like. Either you've interviewed him or you're planning on interviewing him. And I really dig that. It was a lot of fun coming on your show. So much love to the BitLife show. Go give him a follow. 290 bench, 365 squat, 415 deadlift. Ooh, all right. I got you beat on all three then. I hit 380 on squat yesterday. That's during a cut cycle. I hit 350 on bench a few minutes ago. And then 435 is my peak deadlift. I'm probably not hitting that tomorrow. I'm going to do deadlift just so I can have something to throw in. I'll probably play it safe, do maybe 400. No, absolutely, dude. Couldn't get to 460. Yeah, that's why I said you were better on me on deadlift, because I was going to say I saw your title. You were saying you were going to try 465. I thought you got it. That sucks, man. You got that shit though. 465 is my estimated max. So it's going for more. Based. Hell yeah. No, I don't know, man. Like, I'm on a cut, so I'm not trying to hit every max. My PRs for all time were at the peak of my last bulk, which was 355 bench, 405 squat, and 435 dead. So, cut has been real. Yeah. Dude, the cut blows ass. I hate it. I'm honestly not doing that well. I actually weighed in at 15.2% body fat and 212. I think the scale was off. If I have semi-visible abs, which is what I'd say I have, I don't think I'm at 15, but that's just me. Anyway, let's do another set. I'm going slow this morning, shit. Here we go. Seven. That's not bad. I'm gonna stick with that. All right, that's fine. Go for the lurk. I think I'm really like 13. But yeah, y'all, give BitLife some love. Give him a follow. His shit's great. Highly recommend it. If you like what I do, you'll like what he does. He's got a lot of interesting shit to say. Personality, the cult of personality. Beyond lights, Nobel Prize, when a leader speaks, that reflection lies. Let's go for, so you know, while we're doing this, we'll probably set up some shoulders. Thinking maybe some Arnold press today. I like Arnold press a lot. I think it's the best dumbbell shoulder workout you can do. Probably do that for the next one. You need to be. I'm the smiling face on your TV. Oh. I'm gonna go down weight to 175 and hit reps. Nobel Prize when the leader speaks, the leader dies. You don't have to follow me. Only you can set you free. What I hit on Arnold press last time. Woo. All right. Just gonna go from 40s to 50s here. I hit 5 by 15 on 40. That's fucking nuts. I like it. Get stronger. So, why do I like Arnold press? Arnold press incorporates the shoulder rotation from supinated to pronated on your way up. And I find that hits more shoulder muscles a little bit harder. I'd say my body's been responding rather well to it, so let's hit it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Oh, that's tough. That was 9. I like that. We're gonna do some sets on that. ++ years, no Canadian team will hoist the cup. What is wrong up in the north? Well, that's really simple. Canada is slowly turning into a dystopian state where free speech doesn't exist. That's the simple answer. Get rid of Trudeau. That'll be the first step. No, I'm kidding. That has nothing to do with hockey. It's several factors. One is that, with the exception of Toronto and Montreal, none of the Canadian teams really have the financial depth to take on dead cap in the same way that a lot of big teams in the US can. The Rangers, the Blackhawks, etc. The second is that the Stanley Cup is a total crapshoot. It's more random than almost any team, which means you'd think at some point a Canadian team would have lucked their way into the finals. Well, that happened. Montreal in 2021. The other has been incompetence. Vancouver, I don't think, needs any explanation. The Jets have only existed for 10 years. The Leafs, once again, were really bad for a long time, and now they're just snake bitten, and I find that hilarious. For a long time, the Habs were run by a boys club that did not make good management decisions. The Flames have come close a couple times, but often have been mismanaged as well. And the Oilers are a partial team. The Oilers remind me a lot of the Boston Bruins over the last 10 years. Incredible top-line talent, but not enough depth and not enough defense. Hey, what's up? I follow if you can burp. Hey, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Welcome back. All right, let's hit another set here. We're gonna go for reps. This is only 175, so it's not that much weight. Come on. Oh, damn it. I wanted 15, that was only 14. Oh well. Let's hit Arnold press a few more times. Well, I may do a second set on that. Hit triceps a little bit harder. With Arnold press too. 211 cup the Bruins one was Nux choking and Tim Thomas still in his head. Must be time for a burp check. I need some more water in the system then. Give me a minute or two. I'll get a burp going. Sit Arnold press again. Oh, God, that's hard. Nah, there's more. Oh. Oh. I put so much garlic in that chili I could taste it. That's pretty gross. That was pretty weak. I'll try again. Alright. We'll hit this one more time. Come on. Damn it, I wanted more. Fuck. Run out of gas. We'll do a little military press. After this, we'll do some shoulder flies too. There you go. Oh. That's the burp. That person probably already left. Oh well. His loss. I can get there, it just takes me a little bit. All right, so let's hit another set of Arnold press. Still small, but improving. In my defense, I am having to do a fair amount of effort work here, so you have to excuse me if burping is not the number one thing on my mind. I assume that means you're out. See you in a couple months, I guess. Oh well, I'm glad people stop in. Oh, nice. That's not bad. Do a little Duran here. A little 80s. Speaking of, this will put the flex in the reflex. You know, just as one does. You have no idea how convenient that is. That's so nice to be able to do. I'm feeling strong. Let's see how military pressing 175 goes. Good day. Thanks, Kareem. Mount Rushmore of bad owners. Harold Ballard, Donald Sterling, George Preston Marshall, probably Dan Snyder. So yeah, two Washington football team owners. Somehow Dan Snyder isn't the worst owner that franchise has had. George Preston Marshall is the worst of any sport of all time. He literally had to get the feds to intervene to force him to sign a black player. I mean, that's just fucking awful. I mean, you want to say, like, that guy, even by 50s Southern standards, that guy was super racist. Yeah, so I'll go with Ballard, Sterling, Snyder, and Marshall. Honorable mention to Art Modell. Marge shot. All right. One more set of Arnold press. Oops. Shit. Eventually I'll upgrade to a nicer bench and probably a nicer power rack, but until I'm getting closer to 450, 500 on squat, I think I'm good with this. And that's not going to be until my next bulk, which at this rate is going to be a minute because I keep overeating. So I'm not really losing enough weight. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. All right. Let's hit chest flies and military press. Let's try chest flies at 50s and see how it feels, actually. I have never done that. It's more on dumbbells than I'm used to. I was able to rep like 17 on 40s. So it's kind of getting to the point of it being ridiculous. Let's see how this feels. If we don't like it, we'll go down weight. Hugh Culverhouse made millions while the Bucks struggled in their early years. Right. Okay. So for me, my guidelines are you have to be so bad that you curse your team for decades of mismanagement and struggling, or you have to be so bad
that the other owners force you out, because any sports team owner is almost always a sociopath, and Snyder fits that category. Marshall fits that category because he literally, again, got feds involved because that's how racist he was. So George Preston Marshall, worst owner of all time in sports, and it's not even close. I mean, you got to remember too, in those days, the team formerly known as the Redskins was horrendous, like really bad. Even with Vince Lombardi, they were a mediocre to subpar team. You know, the coach literally that got the Super Bowl trophy named after him could not make that a good franchise. Think about that. And by the time George Allen came and the team improved in the 70s, Jack Kent Cooke was the owner. No, it's not even close. George Preston Marshall by an absolute landslide. And then you can debate number 2 between Ballard, Snyder, and Sterling. Sterling, again, being so bad that he wasn't necessarily a bad owner. Well, no, I take that back. The Clippers were pretty bad for a long time. But Sterling, again, was racist enough to where the NBA literally forced him to sell the team. And again, if you're that much of a dickhead, that takes talent. Or it takes something special. You're uniquely awful, to put it that way. How old were you when you started working out? 13. 2008, so I've been doing this for 15 years. All right, let me hit another set. But the whole point of this channel is you can learn from my 15 years of experience to get where I am in 2 to 3 years. Because I've made so many mistakes along the way. I continue to make them. 1, 2, 3. By the way, make sure if we hit 30 people in chat that you let me know. Ooh, okay, my shoulder might not like that. Ooh, yeah, no, this is too heavy. We'll finish this set, but I'm going back down. This is not meant to be a heavy exercise anyway. I'd rather just rep it more at 40. 6. 7. 8. Yeah. No, we're going back down weight. That's not smart. Other owners that were pretty abysmal. Whoever on the Baltimore Colts in the 70s and the 80s, sneaking out to Baltimore or Indianapolis like that was dirty pool. Remember, you're talking the worst 4 in all of sports. So basically, you have to be the worst one in your league by a landslide. Snyder makes the list because, again, South Park spent an entire episode mocking that asshole. You have to be a specific kind of sociopath to get that treatment. Right, like, to be on the Rushmore of bad owners lists, you have to have other NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB owners looking at you and saying, wow, you are a piece of shit. All right, military press. This is 175. Let's see how this feels. Shoulders are a little bit gassed from the Arnold presses, but I should be able to rep a couple here. 2, 3. They're pretty cooked. We're gonna go down weight. That's okay. I could have probably squeezed out our 4th or a 5th rep there. If I did that, I'd be cooked on the following sets. That's not smart. Humble thyself, Ag. Humble thyself. The most I've ever military pressed before fresh was 205. My shoulders need to get stronger. Arnold presses will help with that. The bid rolls are awful. Yeah, the bid walls are definitely out there, for sure. All right, I'm gonna take a leak real quick. Stand by, y'all. God, I've got to get a Dynatrap out there. Out there for 10 fucking seconds, I become a mosquito buffet. That's awful. Before you judge me peeing in my backyard, it's my property. Well, okay. It's partially my property and partially the bank's, but I'm working on that. And to be honest, the bank would probably wish that I bought it all the way because my interest rate is stupid low. Which we will talk about. It is Financial Fitness Friday. Let's see, what else do we have here? A little bit more music on. Let's get some more, I'm feeling like kind of 80s vibes. Let's go with, yeah, let's do that. There we go. This is 155. Should be able to rip out a few more here. Nope. 7. Not bad. Not bad. We'll do one more set of that. Let's go to 145. We'll wrap. See if we can get 10. All right. Ever heard of E115? No, I haven't. Welcome, Damrath. Good to see you. All right. Set here. Move down to 40. Oh, I don't know if y'all have heard that. My spine just popped. Wow, that hurt. Feels good now. Damn it, mosquito bite on my hand. Really? Hurts. Feel that shit. Yeah, they're relentless here. Such is life in the deep south. Come on. Yeah. I think that was 17. It was either that or 18. I don't know. Too lightheaded to count. Things get hard beyond 10. All right, so you're done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 on chest. 6 on shoulders. And 5. All right, we got a ways to go actually. Shit. I'm going way too slow. We ain't done. Take it, that's 10. Not pretty, but it got up. So we do for triceps extension last time. What are you doing, skull crush? All right. Let's get skull crush going. Okay, we got a whole lot more to do. We ain't nowhere near done yet. This is what happens when you go for your max, though. You inevitably end up going a lot slower on those big sets. It's all right. It's not like I have a ton to do anyway. Let's do this. Ugh. Much better. Not bad. Let's see. Shoulder flies. Oh, I still got incline to do. Fuck me. So do 2 sets of that will do. Perfect. All right. Shoulder flies. No, I've not heard of E115. You can tell me about it though. Skull crushers. Again. Two, three. Come on. Oh, nice. So we're done with shoulders. We got 2 sets of, no we're not. We got 2 sets of shoulders left, 2 sets of triceps left, 2 sets of chest left. Good. I like it. I like it. We ain't fucking done. No sir. No sir. This is only 90 pounds. We're doing triceps extension, so it's not meant to be heavy. Here we go. Wow, Diablo 4 is finally coming out. I remember Diablo 3 20 years ago. All right, switch to 30s, do side shoulders. What do y'all think? This 15%? I don't think so. All right. One more set of shoulders, one more set of tries, 2 more sets of chest, and then we finish. Chat's gotten quiet. You guys all ran out of shit to say, huh? Oh, hello. Anushka Miss. I'm doing pretty good. Hit 350 on bench. It's a good day. Go a little M&M. Finish. This is a good answer. Man, when you hit PRs real heavy weight, you get this fucking adrenaline vibe. You get this just rush of alpha energy. Dude, I feel like a fucking king. It's awesome. Like, I feel dominant as shit today. Like, I'll put it that way. It's awesome. Alright. We're done with triceps. We hit incline. One more set of shoulder flies and we're done. I'm lurking too. Oh yeah, no. Sorry about the cold. No, if y'all are lurking, this is totally cool. Hey, any views are good views, man. All right, last set on shoulders. I need another song. What else do we want?
Let's go ME 262 by Blue Oyster Cult. That's a good song. All right. Come on. 15. There we go. All right. We got 2 sets of chest left and we're done. Keep an eye on that viewer count though. Because if we hit 30, y'all get handstand push-ups. Yeah, I'm doing great. How you doing, Anushka? You all right? Oh, that hurt. Ah, ha, ha. I racked the dumbbell against my shin. Ouchie. That did not feel good. Get pissed off. No quit. 2. Oh God, come on. Oh, that's only 12. Yeah, I'm running out of gas. Yeah. One more set, y'all. Final set. We've been going for a little bit over an hour and a half. This is a good workout. Normally my push workouts don't go this long. We spent a lot of time racking and unracking today and hitting the heavy shit. I'm thrilled though. I hit 350 on bench on a cut. Might have been janky, but I did do it. I'm not sure whether or not I'll send that or my 335 in. This 335 I hit pretty clean. 350 was jankier. I'd probably hit it cleaner if I had gone straight to 350. Honestly, hitting that weight, it's kind of sketchy doing it alone. But you can still tilt it off, but it is a lot of weight. Bombers at 12 o'clock high, let's go. Come on, last set. 2. Yes. Yeah, bench 350. 2.
uncut no less. It was janky, but it came up. 335 came up clean and easy. Come on! Yeah, baby! Alright, we're shot. Woo! Let's call that a workout. You best believe it, 350 went down and it came back up. Wasn't pretty. My PR is 355, but I did that at the end of a bulk. So I'm thrilled with 350. I'm gonna review the tape, see which one I want to send in. Let's head in. Y'all have earned egg whites. Y'all have also, actually, I don't think we hit 30, so no handstand push-ups. Maybe we'll hit it later. That's insane. Not really. I've always been top heavy. Yo, Cat Bro, because you're here often. Sorry to question. I've been thinking about rebranding my name to Minotaur Muscle. Thoughts? We were talking about this yesterday. I want to see how a more regular audience feels about it. And you're here often, so I value your opinion more than most. Because the thing is, I practice stoicism, and yet I care about A&M football, which is something I can't control, and that is also fucking terrible for me. Yo, I almost, I got alcohol poisoning last year watching them. I actually got so drunk I had to go to the hospital. A&M football is not healthy for me. I think I drank something like, I know it was more than a fifth of whiskey, and then quite a lot of beer, vodka on top of that. That's who I am, bigger than life, you know? Itchy Nurse, good to see you back. 350 pounds, I believe that's... I think it's spelled Minotaur, Minotaur. So I'm thinking, let's see, so I know 220 is 100 kilos, so 330 is 150. So 350 will be 157, 158 kilograms. That's not bad. All right, let's unplug. We'll hit the kitchen, get a little shaky egg whites and protein on. No, that's all good. Don't worry about it. Protein time. Yes. This is every time I get 15 viewers on my channel, y'all get to see me drink raw egg whites. And we never waste. So there's this challenge that Celti has shanghaied me into that involves maxing your bench, squat, and deads. So we'll do deads tomorrow as well as pull day. We'll see how that goes. I'm feeling pretty good. I probably won't go balls to the wall. I'll probably go for 405, and then that'll be it. I'll submit that. So that'll be 405.
That was 350 and 380, so that'll be, let's see, 380 plus 350, 730 plus 405 is 1135. I'm pretty happy with that. Oh, God, that's terrible. Oh, that tastes so bad. Hey, you want diesel performance, you gotta feed diesel fuel, man. Raw fucking protein. Little bro science there, honestly, but you know. One thing you gotta do is set up that bag out there. That'll be fun. Hey, thank you for the follow. Slightly popular. Well, I hope that in joining our community, you become slightly more popular. Thank you. Welcome. I hope you enjoy. You caught us at the end of the workout, but you'll still get to see abs, push-ups, and stretching, as well as the Q&A, because today is Financial Fitness Friday. As we all know, that's where we talk about money. And we address this little thing up in the corner. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with 350 and 380. I may just submit my 335 because it's cleaner. Like, I would say I got the 350, but it's definitely jank form. How have you been? How's work? Work's been pain in the ass, honestly. I've been stuck doing classification, document control, that sort of stuff, and it's just a ton of reading, and it's really boring, honestly. That's what it is. It pays the same. And if you want to know how much I make and why I'm going to be able to retire at age 29, ask away. One of the things I pride myself on is being very open and willing to talk about money because it's the only way we learn. Midterm Muscle is a great name. Is it the mascot of A&M? No, quite the opposite actually. But no, A&M's mascot is a collie named Reveille. There's a reason for that. All right, so we're gonna hit up abs. We're gonna go from there. Still figuring out the lighting in here. What's the reason? Minotaur Muscle is just it's a name I've been considering switching to as a rebrand. I don't really want to do that soon, but we'll see. Move my notebook over here. Oh shit. I don't care about endangered species, but Bing, why are you showing me this? Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, so y'all can't see that at all. So, turn the light on, the fan on. I think we turn this off. Yeah, that's the move. Bing does its own thing. Sometimes it does. Bing is wild. I need my t-shirt. That way my back doesn't make farting sounds every single time I do a rep. Because when you get musculature on the back, it creates a little air pocket around your spine. And that air pocket, when you move, gets released. It's a bubble that pops and it turns into a fart noise. Ash Ocean, thank you very much for the follow. Let's go and hit up some abs. Oh, my legs are so sore from yesterday. Holy shit. Alrighty. Let's hit this. Let's see. Are you playing Minecraft on Sunday? So I was going to, but I've been having trouble recovering my Mojang account and migrating it, which means I don't currently have access to Minecraft on my own account. So we'll see. I've been considering doing that or going back to old school RuneScape. I'm not really sure. All right, let's hit abs. All right, so this is real simple. These are jackknives. Thank you very much for the follow. I'll read out your name after this set. All right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16. $50. Oh, all right. Bicycle sets. Not done yet. Russian twists. Oh. $40. Come on. Come on, 2 more sets. Come on! 1, 2, 3. Oh, my legs are cramping up. Oh, I got 1 more set of abs. Now watch. I'm gonna do this set, get back up, put the same lighting on. You're gonna notice my abs are popping way more. Oh, assuming I don't collapse and pass out first. Show me your beautiful hair. Don't worry, you'll see the mohawk a little bit better in just a moment. Thank you very much for the follow, Ash Ocean.
What's the reason slightly popular? The reason for what? I forgot what we were talking about. I'm sorry. One more here. One more. Oh. Alright, let's do DOA by Van Halen. This is a good song. Off of their second album, which is really, really good. Honestly, there's only one truly bad Van Halen album. And we don't speak of Van Halen 3. Gary Sharon wasn't bad in Extreme. He did not fit Van Halen's sound. Come on. One last set of abs, come on. Oh. Oh, yeah! Wanted, dead or alive, dead or alive. Just in rags. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, so you can see my abs a lot better now. I wonder, does that help? Yeah, a little bit. Come on. There we go. Not bad. Shows off pretty well. Whew. There we go. Get a little bit of ventilation in there. It's hot and sticky. Such is life in bumfuck South Carolina. Get a little fresh air going in here. Open up a window. Roommate did not put her dishes away. Roommate's great. There's a couple things she does that pisses me off like that. I can live with it, because I'm sure I do the same. I fart a lot. Not bad? Ooh, that's a good view right there. Look at that. Yeah. Bitch can. And I'm alone. I'm on the highway. Wanted. Dead or alive. So, someone was mentioning my hair. I got here. I don't know why it's looking like I got a line through here. That's just fucked up. Whatever. So, I got the full hawk. Roommate trimmed it up yesterday, so it looks a lot more pronounced. Didn't do a whole lot to the top, did a whole lot to the sides. The key is keeping the side short if you want to pop in mohawk. Yeah. All right. I think we're good on music. There's a lot of Van Halen for one day. My ears are not ringing, but definitely like, oh, thank you for taking the earbuds out now. All right. And plugged in.
Oh. Apparently someone sent me a package from FedEx, but I gotta have an adult picture, so someone sending me some booze? We'll find out. Yeah, I'm still trying to really figure out how I like the lighting in here. Just I've yet to find that really good view for this laptop. Maybe I need to put it in a different location. I'm not really sure. Or maybe that's the move. What if we tilted it this way? Ooh. Oh, that's a lot better. That's too much. I think that's just about right, actually. Just have to tilt it a bit. Or not tilt it, but rotate it. Yeah, I've been playing around with the lighting. I'm still trying to figure it out. Anyway, so welcome to Financial Fitness Friday for those of you who actually stuck around this long. This is the part of the stream where we ask questions and answers, but typically I talk about the stock market and different tickers, what's going up, what's going down. Looks like the S&P has risen above 4,200 for the first time in a while. It's been kind of trading between 37 and 4,200 for the last 7 months or so. So if you break out of this band, you may see a little rise upward towards 43, 44. If that happens, my net worth increases by several $1,000s, so that's kind of cool. But ultimately, I'm a buy and hold kind of guy. How do I budget? Apps, paper? Actually, I created a budget spreadsheet that I use. A lot of people like Mint, and Mint's great. There's nothing wrong with your back. Welcome. CSY, hey, how you doing? It has been a while. I'm so happy to see you. Good to see you, CSY. Anyway, with regards to the budget, so the way I do it is I actually have a budgeting Excel spreadsheet that anyone can download and modify to their own necessity on my Discord server. It's on the finances and investments pages, and I believe it is pinned. If it's not, let me know. But you should be able to use that and do whatever you'd like. So part of my stream, right, my real goal for this stream, I should say, is I like giving people sort of the freedom to, actually, let's try one more thing here. What if, perfect. Or tune in so late, don't worry about it, man. Excuse me. But part of the reason I do the financial stuff on this stream is because it's a big part of my MO. My MO is to free myself, and I want you guys to learn from what I've learned, maybe apply something to your own life to optimize your own finances. Hey, Cooter, that's a name. Cooter Noodles, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. But there is, again, a reason I will be able to retire at age 29 should I wish to. And it's because I've been very disciplined with my money and I've kept track of it. And I've optimized my spending. It's right, it's not about how much you make. As long as you make a reasonable middle class salary, which is not impossible to do, okay? It is all about how much you spend. Really, your spending is what controls how free you are. If you spend a fraction of what you make, all of a sudden your management does not have leverage over you. Like, I'd say I live quite well on well under $20,000 a year. In fact, the only way I'm gonna hit $20,000 is if I really ramp up my charitable spending, which is what I may end up doing, I'm not really sure. Beyond about an 80% savings rate, it kind of becomes irrelevant. It's like a diminishing marginal return on how much quicker you can retire. So, I'm cool. I'm cool with kind of putting a cap at 80% of my savings, or an 80% savings rate, and anything beyond that, I'll just throw to charity. Probably means come December, I'm gonna drop some serious coin on charities I care about, which is kind of dope, honestly, like being able to do that. But I mean, I make good money, but I don't make any money that is particularly spectacular for someone with my credentials. I'm a mechanical engineer in the nuclear industry who's been out of college for 6 years. So I don't, I make good money, but I'm not I'm not even clearing six figures. Like, I'm close, but how's my morning? Dude, it's great. I benched 350 this morning. I feel pretty freaking awesome about that. So we're doing pretty well here. Sorry, hang on. Sorry, folks, I got a massive freaking wedgie. Those abs bunched up my underwear and it's driving me bonkers. But yeah, no, it was a good workout for sure. So let's take a look. What do I invest in? Typically I like the Boglehead philosophy, which is investing in broad-based index funds. VTI are the three golden letters, if you ask me. Put the majority of your money in VTI, put a little bit in some, basic low expense ratio Vanguard bond funds to smooth the ride a little bit. And if you're feeling fancy, something like VNQ for real estate, VYM for high dividend, or VXUS for international diversity. And I think a little bit of diversity is not a bad thing, but the majority of VTIs, you're not going to beat it unless you really know what you're doing. Now, there are a solid 5 to 10% of investors that will actually beat on average the S&P 500. A very small percentage of these are guys who just do it with dumb luck, but a lot of them are people who have studied and practiced and really, really know what they're doing when it comes to trading on the market. And myself included, I am not at that point yet. I'd like to get there because I think to me, investing's fun. Like I think it's a lot of fun to see if you can play and beat the market, but for the majority of people, that's not going to happen. So put the majority of your money, right? You can put a little bit of your investment portfolio into a fun money fund where you buy and sell stocks as you see fit. But beyond that, I'd lay off of it. Again, unless you really know what you're doing. And Dunning-Kruger effect is real. A lot of people say they know what they're doing, myself included, in terms of picking individual stocks. And a lot of the time, the record doesn't support that. I got absolutely punched in the mouth in 2022 with some of the stocks I held. I thought there were some alternative energy stocks that were going to pop because of the dramatic rise in oil prices in 2022, and that didn't end up happening. I'm not really sure why, frankly, because the government is pushing hard on alternative energy and spending more than it ever has, frankly, spending recklessly, but the market appears to disagree with the choices I made. So, we'll see. I've also got a little bit of a crypto play in Coinbase. I mostly like Coinbase because they're trying their hardest to comply with the, frankly, ridiculous and completely arbitrary nature of the SEC's regulatory framework. But in doing so, they're starting to move internationally, and I think that's a really wise idea. I personally believe that my personal thought is that Gary Gensler will not make it through 2024 because as things currently stand, a Republican will get elected. If it's Biden again, I don't think Biden beats anybody. That's not to say he's been a bad president necessarily. In some ways, he's been a horrendous president, but in some ways, he's actually not been too bad. But in general, I think the United States does not want an 80-year-old in that office. It's just too stressful a job. You can call that ageism if you want to. I don't know. Watch videos of Biden when he was a senator 20, 30 years ago and watch videos of him now, and you can see he's not quite as sharp between the ears. I'm not saying he's like a fucking dementia patient, which is what a lot of the far right is saying. I don't think it's that bad, but ultimately, I want someone who is fucking whipsaw smart at the helm. If you're president, you gotta be at the peak of your game, and I think nobody is at that point at age 80. Just my opinion. I think in general, if you're over the age of 65, you probably shouldn't be in that role. It's just too stressful a job, and you're going to be kept up a lot of the time. Look at how much it's freaking stressful. Look at how badly it aged Obama. Like Obama aged 20, 30 years from 2009 to 2017. It's crazy. And again, Obama was in Obama was in 2008. He was in his mid 40s when he got elected, late 40s, something like that. So that's sort of where I'm at. Nah, you gotta go younger. So that I would also say for those of you who are on the MAGA train, Trump is too old too. If you were at this point, the boomer generation needs to give up power. Y'all have had it since the 90s and you haven't really done a great job. Get out. Let Gen X take over. I don't know how well Gen X will do, but at this point, it's their turn. I'm gonna get a little bit of water real quick, and then I'll probably bang out some push-ups. We'll talk a little bit more about finances. Please, y'all, if y'all have any questions you want to ask me about investing, about financial independence, about any of that stuff, this is the time. This is the time. If not, I'll probably look to raid someone on the sooner side. I'll probably do a little bit of stretching first, but we'll go from there. Much better. Needed some water. Yeah, I know it looks a little bit brown. It's because the leftover protein powder at the bottom that didn't dissolve is still in here. Now I don't like wasting. So, do we have any questions about finances? Let me go ahead and, or really anything. You guys can ask me about anything. It's just I tend to put an emphasis on the stock market on this particular stream. Let's see, 24, half and half for protein, fat, and carbs for the egg whites. Protein was, what do we have? Mm-hmm. 340, 56, 7, and 16. So today we've currently had 340, 440, 670 calories, and 56, 80, 98 grams of protein. That's a pretty good start. I have nothing. I'll let my shares do their thing. Don't even check them. That's really a pretty good way to go. Set it and forget. It's not a bad way to not a bad way to go about it at all. I do a little bit of day trading. I'm a fan of, like with my play money fund, I like selling options in general. I think letting theta and time decay work for you. It's basically like if you're selling options, what you're basically doing is putting a ceiling on your profits. But if you accept that, you can more or less create your own dividend fund by getting, you're not going to get a ton, but you can get a solid 4 to 10% a year by selling options. And ultimately, for the most part, as long as you're not too far down on your stocks, you can still put that option strike price at a 10 to 20% profit and just continually hit that 4 to 5, anywhere between 4 and 10% dividend in effect. Again, I would rather have that than have the one stock that goes for a 10 bagger. I'm not swinging for the fences. I want singles. What are your thoughts on financial literacy of potential partners? It's a must. If you are someone who spends all of their paycheck and does not want to compromise on that, you and I are fundamentally incompatible. There is no compromise I can make here. Now, you don't have to save 80% of your income the way I do, but you have to be thinking of, you have to have a plan for your future. And if you're spending all of your paycheck, you do not have a plan for your future, or at least you have a bad one. The current savings rate in the United States is a truly pathetic 6%, and I am not convinced that is the best we can do as a country. India has a savings rate on average of over 20%. The average income in India is below $5,000 a year. You're going to tell me that here in the United States, where the average income is between $30,000 or $50,000, depending on how you measure it, we can only save 6% of that? I call bullshit, frankly. There are governmental incentives, too, to saving. There are saving credits that will reduce your tax burden if you are, I think it's below $60,000 gross income. There are IRA credits. If you don't have a 401k offered through your employer, and these days most employers do offer a 401k of some kind. There are 401k equivalents that the government offers. There are plenty of incentives to save. We Americans just refuse to do it. And that bothers the shit out of me because I think most people say, oh, why do I need to save for retirement? Social Security is my crutch. That's not a very intelligent way to, that's not intelligent planning. Social Security, as the math stands right now, will not be solvent when people my age become, we reach that point in our 60s, 30 years from now. Either the amount that pays out is going to have to go down, taxes will have to go up substantially, or the age will have to raise. In reality, probably all three will happen. Do you guys have a superannuation? No, we have Social Security, which is, frankly, I think a Ponzi scheme at this point. It was, if we had kept Social Security as it was intended in the 30s, it would work a lot better. But for that to happen, the Social Security eligibility age would need to be a lot higher, and the income cap on Social Security would need to go away. So the rich would have to have their whole incomes taxed on Social Security instead of just the first, I think it's like 150,000. So Social Security is sort of our equivalent to super and 401ks as well. The 401k is a loophole that got popularized in the 1980s that basically allows you to deduct money put into a 401k account, which is a retirement fund, as long as you do not withdraw that money before age 59 and a half. That's the basic premise of it. There are some loopholes which I do intend to exploit to get your money out before doing that. What you can effectively do is it's called, there's two big ones. One's called the backdoor Roth IRA conversion. The second is called the 72T. The backdoor Roth IRA conversion is basically there's a loophole where you can take money from your 401k, convert it to a Roth IRA, as long as you do that over the course of several years. And all you have to do is pay normal taxes, though, or income on it, instead of pay both that tax and a penalty. So if you go financially independent, right, and you do that backdoor Roth IRA conversion where your income is a lot lower, right, because you've gone financially independent, you're no longer working a normal salary for money. If you do that, right, and you're doing that at, $40,000 a year or less, you're going to get taxed at 10%, which is fantastic. That's far better than you'd get doing it, if you were still working. A 72T is basically the same principle, but instead you just get a small payout of a couple $1,000s a year in the same manner. But as long as you have money stashed in other accounts, brokerage, an independent brokerage or a Roth IRA or whatever, it still works. My superannuation right now is only small, around 110K. That's not bad. For age 27, that's not terrible. My 401k, so the thing with 401ks too is that you can have multiple and you can convert it. There's no tax penalty to converting it to a traditional IRA, which is what I've done. Because when you go to a new company, you get a new 401k account. So when I left my old company in 2021, I converted that money, which I think at the time was somewhere around 120,000. So similar to where you were at. And I converted that into my Roth IRA. So now my traditional IRA. So now my traditional IRA is somewhere around, I forget, it's between 100 and 150,000 exactly, but that's a traditional IRA. So I can't access that without paying taxes. And the way I'll do that is a backdoor Roth IRA conversion when I go financially independent and I have some lower income years. Right now, I'm making too much money to want to do that because that would get taxed at, I think, 24%, which is, I feel as though I can do better if I lower my income for a few years and make those conversions happen. Because again, that's the benefit of what I call it's the lean fire approach, which is financial independence on a lean budget, or you're financially independent not because you're making tons of money and you're able to just spend whatever the fuck you want. You're financially independent because you've efficiently decided to spend less. Because you're spending less, you get taxed less. It's the same reason, like when my employer offers me overtime, I tell them, nah, I'm good. Because it would get taxed, I think 24% is the bracket for federal, right? Then another 6% for South Carolina. Then another, what is that? I think 6.5% for FICA. So right there, we're already talking about 36.5% of my income gone. Then on top of that, I throw 23% of my salary into a 401k. So we're talking 60% of whatever additional dollars I would make from overtime, I'm not going to see in my paycheck. So why would I work for 40% effective pay? Like, it's not worth it. So that's the way I do it. As far as 401ks are concerned, I invest to the IRS limit, which is, I believe, $22,500 this year or thereabouts. I don't go to the exact dollar, but close enough for all of that. I recommend it. So I've done this before. I've broken it down with a chart. But in general, for those of you looking for a priorities list on how to save things, here's how I do it. First off, number one, high interest debt. This especially means credit card debt. If you have any credit card debt, you need to treat that like your hair is on fire. Eat nothing but potatoes and eggs and eat extraordinarily cheaply and, basically not run your HVAC until that shit is cleared up. Treat credit card debt like you are being attacked by a swarm of angry wasps. Once the credit card debt is gone, you can reevaluate. The first thing I tend to advise people to do is check with their employer and see, and this is American advice, so it does vary a little bit internationally, but check with your employer to see if you can get a 401k matching bonus. The 401k matching bonus, that is free money, effectively. If you put in a certain percentage of your income to 401k, you get ramen noodles, but ramen's pretty bad for you in general. It has very little nutritional value. Potatoes are a lot better if you're going to go for a cheap carb. Just my opinion. Beans in particular, dried beans and potatoes and rice and like canned tomatoes, you can live off that shit. And in a lot of places that are quote unquote food deserts, you can find all of those items in convenience stores and gas stations. And while it's not ideal, it'll get you by until you can get transportation to somewhere better. So that's a hard scrabble life, but if you have to make those hard choices, you're going to have to do so. But a 401k match, it's basically free money. Why wouldn't you take it? At my company, this is like the best 401k plan I've ever freaking seen from a company. I get a 9% match effectively. It's, they match 5% automatically, and then they'll match half of all, contributions up to 8%, which works out to an additional 4%. So because I'm throwing 23% of my salary in there, I get, in effect, 9% matching from my 401k, which is several $1,000s a year. Now I gotta wait until it vests, which happens in March of 2024, but that's still really good. That's a huge chunk of money. The next one I recommend once you're finished the match, the next one is an HSA. With some caveats. The first is, this is assuming you're in relatively good health and you have low healthcare expenses. For me, my healthcare plan is don't get sick. I have a high deductible healthcare plan, but because in general I am very healthy and I don't have to go to the doctor, I don't have many healthcare expenses. And as such, I've been able to fill my HSA to the IRS maximum, which is around $3,500 a year for several years. So I have about $20,000 in my HSA account, which is triple tax deductible. It's tax deductible when you put it in on your paycheck. It's tax deductible if you withdraw it for your healthcare expenses. And if you get to age 65 and you have any money in there, it becomes completely tax deductible or a Roth IRA. The HSA is the best of a bad situation. The American healthcare system fucking sucks, but the HSA makes it a little bit less shitty. Muscle Mac, what's up, brother? How's the workout going? I'm done my workout. We're doing Financial Fitness Friday. I'll do some push-ups too, but it went great, dude. I benched 350 today, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I love it when my shares are matched in Vest. Oh, for sure. Just want to say I'm sorry you're an A&M fan. I can't defend them at this point, man. What do you want me to do? I'm class of 17. I'm a diehard red-ass ag, but god damn, they make it hard. So thanks for the first time chat, Muscle Mac. I assume that means you're Longhorn, a Razorback, a Tiger, Horned Frog. Just stop me when I get it. God help you. If you're a Baylor Bear, we're going to have words. But Texas Tech, Alabama, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Florida, Tennessee, South Carolina. Very close to transferring to A&M. Okay, so that means you went to a Texas school. Probably. Nah. I went to Oregon. Okay. That's certainly not a direction I was expecting. Anyway, so if you can do the HSA, max that shit out. If you have a couple of years of decent health, you will have enough to cover your max out of pocket on a high deductible plan. Mine's $5,000. So basically, I have to pay for everything up to $5,000, but beyond that, insurance pays for everything. So my healthcare plan is basically, if it's catastrophic, it's covered by insurance, but beyond that, I have to pay for it. But because I've got 20,000 in my HSA account, I could handle 4 consecutive years of the max out of pocket, and I'd still be okay. And the likelihood of hitting that is pretty low, so it's pretty solid. Have you ever consulted a financial planner about investments and other financial matters? No, I don't need to. I do my own research on this. You can if you want to, but okay. I got offered it for free once from Personal Capital, and I talked about it, and they're like, okay, yeah, we don't normally see people saving this much of their paycheck in their 20s. What's going on? And I'm like, I live in the middle of nowhere and work an engineering job. And they're like, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm like, yeah, so do y'all have any advice? I mean, what do you want to say? They basically spent the entire time like complimenting me. They're like, shit, we wish we saw more people do this in their 20s. And they're like, what do you plan with doing all this money? I'm like, I want to retire early. And they're like, how early? And I'm like, 29. And they're like, wait, really? And I'm like, you really don't understand how low my expenses are out here, do you? But track and field, dude, that's baller. What track and field sport do you do? Are you like, is it a track sport? Like, are you a runner or like a field sport? Do you shot put, javelin? Because I know my boy Devon A-Chain, who now got drafted, he's for the Dolphins now in Miami. He was a sprinter, and the dude, Devon A-Chain, is a freaking beast. That dude is fast as hell. So HSA, if you can, and if you're following my advice on your channel, the diet and fitness advice, in all likelihood, your healthcare expenses will be quite low. High jumper and decathlete. Dude, that's baller as hell. You want to talk to a fiduciary, not a financial planner? Financial planners are salespeople. Graduate in 12. Okay. Well, I will say, hey, Oregon, I wouldn't go too hard on A&M fans, because even though our last football title was in 1939, that's still one more than your university has. So just saying, hey, be careful there, because y'all are in that A&M territory of tons and tons of resources expended on your football program and basically nothing to show for it. So just be aware of that. Hey, look, man, if you're gonna dish it, you better be ready to take it. That's only fair. No, A&M is actually, I have gotten alcohol poisoning from watching the 22 season for A&M. And honestly, I'm considering a rebrand to Minotaur Muscle or some shit like that if the 23 season is another train wreck. And with Bobby Petrino as our offensive coordinator, we're either winning the SEC or it will be a disaster the likes of which the sports world has not ever seen. So there's going to be no in between. I am really doubting this of all years we're going to do the A&M joke and go 8-4. I don't think that's happening. I think we're either winning 10 games or losing 10 games, and there is no middle ground here. Like, honestly, like this year, I feel like we're going to be like Auburn. Because Auburn is a slot machine. In any given year, Auburn will be amazing or utter shit, and there's no middle ground. Auburn is completely inconsistent. I'm ready, I guess. I'm really hoping. We cannot do, like last year, the 6-game losing streak we had was the single worst losing streak. That was the worst losing streak A&M has had since 1972. Literally a 50-year low for the program. So I cannot imagine we do worse. I'd really like to. The only way that we do worse is that this starts happening between Jimbo and Bobby. And if that happens, just blow the program up. Just hatchet job to the whole thing and just completely clean house. I think hiring Bobby Petrino was a desperation hire, and I strongly disapprove. I think Bobby Petrino is not a good he's not a quarterback guru because, right, the last big success Petrino had was with Lamar Jackson at Louisville. And to be honest, in a G5 program, a sack of potatoes could have successfully coached Lamar Jackson. I think Petrino is a massive fraud and a terrible hire, but gotta ride with what you got. So anyway, beyond the HSA, next thing I recommend is an IRA, either traditional or Roth, depending on your financial outcomes. And we just hit 31 people in chat, which means y'all have earned handstand push-ups. Let me go take a piss, and then we will do that. Load me up with more financial questions or really any other things you want to talk about, and I will get right back on it. Beyond this, let me put one other thing on there. Hit up, so let's see, third step would be IRA, fourth step, max out your 401k, fifth step, any low interest loans, sixth step, an independent brokerage. And by low interest loans, I mean like 5 to 10%, above inflation, like any loans above inflation. But like for me, I've got a mortgage at 2.375 on this place. I'm not paying that off any faster than I have to because it's lower than inflation at this point, a lot lower. So I'll be right back in 30 seconds. Your boy has to pee. And I very rarely run ads. I only normally do it when I have to use the bathroom, and my roommate's not here to hype her stuff. When we come back, give me some hype in chat, y'all, because you're gonna get handstand push-ups, okay? Oh my god. Too much water. I gotta pee. Whoa, that's awful. Oh, God, that smells fucking rank as hell. Whoa, I needed that. All right, handstand push-ups. Just pee in front of us. Actually, I have done that before with the jugs. You know what? All mosquitoes have left South Carolina at this point. Bullshit! I wish, man. Dude, I will legit, I'm not even joking. You know what? No. I'm going to show you what I do as a natural mosquito repellent. Are y'all ready? This is a chunk of raw garlic. I'm gonna peel it. Let's go dead bit. Get that out. All right. This is raw garlic, okay? You eat half of it. Really chew it up. Give you that rank fucking garlic breath. Mosquitoes hate it. And then I smell awful when I do this, but if you want mosquitoes to truly leave you the fuck alone, this is how you do it. Everything's a compromise in life. God, that smells awful. I would rather stink like shit and not get bitten and not be a mosquito buffet outside. Sacrifices. Rub up the legs. Ugh. Garlic's also really good for you, and it has like no calories in it. And when you eat it raw, it's kind of gross. So it's a little bit of an appetite suppressant too, which frankly on my cut cycle I need to do more of. Ugh. All right, as promised, handstand push-up time. Just douse me in DEET if it ever gets to this point. Nah. Here's the thing, those chemicals are really bad for your skin. They're also really bad for the environment, so I know I sound like a fucking hippie, but this is better. Not to mention, teaches you internal toughness. Garlic makes me salivate. Like if I eat just tons of raw garlic, I'll start getting nauseous. Which is good. Develop a stomach of iron. 35 people. Let's go for some handstand push-ups, huh? Hand, stand, push-ups. Y'all, baby. So, just a little, so you're gonna stop working in 2 years? Yeah, that's the plan. Probably. Rub that garlic all over yourself. I mean, I basically just did. So if you like what I do and you like the advice I'm giving, check out my Discord. I promise you, there's lots and lots of cool shit on it. We talk money, we talk fitness, we talk diet, talk a whole lot of shit on this channel. Really talk about just about anything. And my goal for this channel is to help y'all avoid mistakes I've made and learn from the successes I've had, whether that be lifting, dieting, saving money, financial independence, whatever really, suits your fancy. But first, some handstand push-ups, as promised. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yep. Oh, come on, balance, fuck. Oh, all right, no, you'll get more than that. I got dizzy there for a second. This is what sucks after doing a push day. After doing military press, handstand push-ups are so much harder. Give me just a moment, y'all. Ooh, promise y'all get more. Don't worry. Yeah. Oh, shit. Triceps are locking up. That's a bad sign. More water in me. Come on. 4, 2, 3. Yep. Oh. That'll do. Oh, my triceps are totally locking up. Let's burn them until they cramp. Turn and burn, baby. Push-ups. Oh, Jesus H. You can see them cramping. You can see that shit locking up. That's wild. 2, 3, 4. Oh God. Yeah. I can't bend them anymore. Okay, we're done with that. Oh, okay. Let's show you guys this. They're just straight oh. You can see the line there, right? It's the muscle just straight cramping. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not even trying to flex it right now. It's just cramping as shit. That's a good sign though. Means I hit it good today. If my triceps cramp up when I try to do push-ups after a push workout, means I hit it right. Mr. Squad 5, hey, thanks for the first time chat, man. Welcome on in. So let's see. I already did the talk about where to put your money when you save it. Talked about, okay, let's talk about spending real quick. We addressed the saving side of it. Let's talk about the spending side of it. Spending. 3 things that will keep, I need to update this phrase, but it doesn't sound as good when you make it gender neutral, frankly. So bear with me. I'm going to be old fashioned for a second. 3 things that keep a man chained to his desk for 40 years. Expensive cars, expensive houses, expensive women. in that order. Do not buy housing if you cannot provide a decent ROI for it. Do not finance a car, period. Car is a depreciating asset. If you wish to buy a new one, you better have the money to justify it. Do not marry someone of any partnership. I say women because it sounds better there, but men can be just as fucking spendthrifty as women. Do not date or marry someone who does not have their financial house in order, because they can drag you down. If they're not willing, again, if someone is not willing to get serious about their money, it means they don't really like planning for their future. And that means you should really, that's a huge red flag. You should have a plan for what you want to do for the future. And if that involves any amount of money, and most of the time people's plans do, you got to have good planning for that. And if people say, oh, I want to go do X or Y, I want to go and be, I want to go and start my own business. I want to go and, make it all the way, climb the corporate ladder. That's awesome. But you're going to need money for that, right? Why would a company trust you to become a CEO and manage a company's finances if you can't manage your own? It's stuff like that. But financial discipline should absolutely be a huge factor in anyone you date on a serious level. And I'll go so far as to say on my I have a 1 to 10 scale, and I know this sounds, oh, hydrant can't be redeemed in the pec bounce, all right? Trying to, you know what, let me stretch it out first. If I stretch it out, the pec bounce will go better. All right. Bump, 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 bump. There you go. But on my 1 to 10 scale, if you are a 10 in the looks department, like absolute best, hottest person I've ever seen, then and you have you're up to your eyes in credit card debt, the best you're going to be is like one night stand zone. Like, yeah, sure, we can have fun in bed, I guess, but this relationship's not going any further. It's that kind of thing. Okay, but no. Hey, Jesse says, hey, not all CEOs have the responsibility of managing finances. Okay, that was a generic example, but you get the idea, right? Generally speaking, if you are not successful with if you're not good with managing your own money, it's not likely that you will be good at managing that of a company. The point here is that, generally speaking, those who are not good at managing their own finances do not have very good plans for the future. That's just what I've seen. You can find exceptions to that rule, I guess. But in general, yeah, personal financial responsibility is a huge deal in the dating sphere as far as I'm concerned. Do not date someone financially irresponsible. It's only going to lead to problems later on. Unless they listen and want to change the way they do things with money. Huge red flag. Being an investor makes more money than CEOs. That's true. But to invest, you first need to save, which is my point. That's what I preach on my channel. Again, I save 80% of my income. And no, again, you don't need to go to my level of extreme on that issue, but you need to be saving more than the average American, which is, again, 6%, and frankly, 6% is pathetic. But yeah, no, that's the goal of financial independence. Ultimately, the idea is that you get more money from passive income at a safe withdrawal rate. For me, I've decided it's going to be between 3 and 3.5% at a safe withdrawal rate to cover all of your expenses. In effect, you become a capitalist at that point, and the money coming in from investments pays for all of your expenses. Therefore, you do not need to work a normal job. That's the idea. That's the entire idea behind financial independence in a nutshell. So yeah, that's the point. Good to put the money into assets to gain even more money. Yeah, and in general, the best way to do that, in my opinion, is broad-based index funds. tracking things like the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones. VTI is my personal favorite because I trust Vanguard and think they do a pretty good job as a company. If it's good enough for Jack Bogle, Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, Mr. Money Mustache, and my father, good enough. I'll take it. What are your passive income streams? Right now, it's... Okay, so it depends on what you call a passive income stream. You know, a lot of people want to get into the weeds on this thing, but so I have several income streams. The first is my day job, which if y'all want to talk about salaries or what I do for a living, we can go into that if you're interested in knowing how much I make. But passive income streams, or let's say secondary income streams, because you can argue about how passive these truly are. The first is I have a roommate. My roommate pays me rent. That rent is, I wouldn't say passive because it means there's additional wear and tear on the house and I have to do a little bit more maintenance, but you can make the judgment call there. Warren Buffett won $1 million bet against an active trader. Yeah, pretty much. Another one, do you want to call Twitch? Like, I make a little bit of money from this. Y'all may notice there are basically like no ads on my stream. Money is not the reason I do this. To me, this is fun. Like, I do Twitch for fun, but occasionally I get a little bit of a tip from someone. If you want to tip me or check out my wish list or anything like that, there are commands for that, and let me know if you want to do that and need help. But I don't really treat Twitch as like a huge money source. I do this because it's fun. But occasionally, you know, I do get a little bit from that here and there. It's certainly not enough to, you know, pay for my own way, but I don't intend to do Twitch for that purpose. The next is, of course, dividends and investment returns, which right now I'm continuing to reinvest those because I'm still in my working years for 2 more. The fourth is, there's one other. I'm blanking on it right now. What was the other passive income stream I had? There's another I'm trying to remember, but my train of thought just completely went away. But yeah, I have a couple passive income streams. I would say other income streams. I wouldn't necessarily call them passive. I've considered in the future, if I decide to embrace sort of the whole van lifestyle for a year or two, renting this place out. I personally would say this house is also making me a return. In general, you shouldn't consider housing as an investment asset, but I've got this house at 2.375% interest rate on a mortgage, and because inflation is substantially above that, in real terms, I'm getting paid a real dividend to borrow money for this house. James World 915, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate that. LC Sherlock, thank you very much for the first time chat, and great question. So passive income streams, it's the same. A lot of times people will try to, you know, be technically correct by saying, oh, that's not a true passive income stream, using the no true Scotsman fallacy, and going for, you know, and saying, oh, that's not really passive, whatever. You know, for me, it's the same thing as, oh, you're not really retired. You make money off of Twitch every so often, or you make money off of having, you know, tenants in a house. That's not really retirement. It's like, okay, fine. Cope harder, buddy. I'm making enough money to where, from various sources, to where I don't need to have a full-time job. And there's nothing you can do to say about that. Like, that's why I prefer in general the term financially independent over retired, because it's Mr. Money Mustache, who's kind of one of the major forefathers of the lean fire movement, talks about what's called the internet retirement police, which they're the people who say, oh, you're not really retired if you do anything to make money, which is really dumb, because you can make money off of hobbies. And in fact, the lean fire lifestyle advocates for that, because those are productive hobbies, things you enjoy doing, things that expand your mind, things that make you a more well-rounded Renaissance person. If you can find those sorts of hobbies that make you money anyway, well, that's just serendipity. I mean, that's just a win-win. It's induced serendipity. What do I think about corporations owning homes? I have mixed feelings on this. I think REITs can be a very good part of an investment profile, but at the same time, corporate landlords often tend to be bad, for lack of a better term. They do not maintain properties nearly as well as mom and pop. They artificially drive up housing values. So I really have mixed feelings on that. I don't think corporations should be in the business of buying up single family homes. I think it would be better if they were working more on denser housing, which the nation needs anyway. So I would say my feelings are mixed. In general, I lean right economically, but that's one where I'm not sure complete deregulation is the best answer. Oh, God. 18 years. Do you always shop around for cheaper insurance when you're about to renew? In general, I do. Or do you stick with your insurance provider? I tend to stick around, but I've kind of optimized that, and I have not found cheaper insurance than what I currently have. I use Geico, but just because I use them doesn't mean you should. I only use them because they're cheap, and I've never had to actually use car insurance. To me, insurance is a federally mandated or lawfully enforced scam. Not a scam, but it's basically a gambling scheme. It works the same way as a casino. It's based on risk analysis and chance, which is the exact same principle a casino runs on. And the insurance companies, if you go and look at what Geico's profit is, go and look at the dividends Progressive or State Farm or any of them pay out. The house always wins when it comes to insurance. So in general, your best bet, the only winning move is not to play. So a lot of people say I underinsure myself, but I do the legal minimum for insurance outside of like a couple catastrophic things. But I think comprehensive insurance is just scamming yourself. Instead, it's better to save up to get enough savings to where if your insurance doesn't pay out and you lose your car, you can go and buy a cheap economy shitbox for a second one. That's also why I drive a Chevrolet Volt. That car is unbelievably cheap to insure. Here in South Carolina, I pay like $37 a month for car insurance. That's pretty great. And I'm a guy too. So I'm a guy in my 20s. I still pay a fair amount for insurance. What is your current FICO score? I don't think I'm supposed to reveal that. It's north of 700, but I'm not going to go any further from that. That's probably a privacy thing I don't really want to state. Honestly, as long as your FICO score is reasonable, as long as it's good, you don't have to have it be over 800. In fact, a lot of the time, a lot of savers get kind of penalized on that because they don't spend as much on their credit. I'd rather credit card churn than drum up a really high FICO score. It's a better return on investment. Home insurance is generally the same principle. I try to keep my home insurance really low. The benefits here of living where I do in the South is hurricanes are pretty rare in my particular chunk of the South. Tornadoes basically don't happen here. We're not in an earthquake zone, and I'm not in a flood zone. So again, it's all about finding the optimum there. What's up, Secretly Yours? GK Matt, kick ass. I play a ton for insurance, health, disability, etc. Consider saving more and then reducing your insurance burden. That's my personal advice. And car insurance, if you buy a less stupid car in general, you'll pay less in insurance. The Toyota Corolla is a great little car that will do everything, it will do 99% of everything you need it to do. For that 1%, if let's say you own a house and you need to get supplies to fix something, you can rent a van or a truck from Home Depot or Lowe's, and that one time a year max rental cost will be far, far cheaper than owning a truck and driving a truck the whole time. Several years tried speaking to you last night, but you were really invested in your conversation. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were. I try my best to keep up with chat. Sometimes chat moves quickly and I miss it. Based on the lack of natural disasters and cold weather, would you say homes last longer there? No, I'd say it's too dependent on what kind of house. In general, my opinion is that houses built before about 1970 were built a lot better than houses built after 1970. My house was built in 1956 by the original nuclear site workers who worked here, and they had a certain quality standard that this house follows. It's got a brick foundation, it doesn't have any wood rot, and it's in excellent shape. As a result, I don't have to worry about it as much. It's okay. Yeah, we hit 30. I already did my handstand push-ups though. I would say as far as it's different things, right? With cold weather, you have to deal with more insulation, but with hot weather, there's pros and cons to each. Roofs don't last as long here that they do further north because you have a greater heat cycle every summer. The tarmac on the roof will heat up and then cool down and then heat up and then cool down. You're paying lender's mortgage insurance off of a mortgage, pay 20% deposit for the get-go. Absolutely do not ever get PMI. PMI is a scam of a scam. You're literally paying money for the privilege to pay money. Don't do it, people. Save up 20% for a down payment or continue to rent. It's that simple. If you can't pony up 20% for a home, you can't afford that home. I feel very strongly about this one. Yeah. How much do you make per Twitch sub, Prime versus normal? I think it's like 49%. Amazon takes 51. If you want to tip me, use the Stream Elements link. I get like 97% of that. The Stream Elements for exchange fees and such takes like 3%. If you really only want to use Twitch stuff, bits are better than subs. Twitch subs are a total scam. The Prime subs, if you're getting that anyway, great, but don't pay for Twitch subs. Amazon gets 50% of the money. Yeah, you're offsetting the risk of the bank. It is insane. Absolutely. No, PMI is an absolute scam. All right. I hate to do this, but I got to run one more ad because holy crap, I got to pee again. I've been drinking too much water. Stand by, y'all. Oh. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to pee again. Again, I try my best to run like the minimum possible amount of ads, but if I have to go take a piss, like it's just dead air anyway, so I might as well. And if that's a problem for you, good luck finding a Twitch streamer that runs fewer ads than I do, at least in the health and fitness community. I know I'm on the really low end. I do not live upstate. I actually live closest to Augusta. Oh, looks like the roommate's home early. What up, roomie?
Hey.
You are home earlier than normal. Okay, apparently I have a banana to eat now. Honestly, I've been cramping up anyway, so appreciate the banana, roomie.
No problem.
Banana, brah.
Where is it? Now you know.
Yeah. Terminal montage moment. Where is my banana? Greenville's a pretty place. I will give a lot of credit to the city and to Greenville County in general. The Reedy River used to kind of be a nasty, kind of polluted area, and they've cleaned it up, and there's the Falls Park there now. It's really pretty, so a lot of respect.
Oh shit!
What?
I won $100.
That thing's those are always scams. Pursue it if you want, but I guarantee you're gonna waste your time. No, so I am not a fan of PMI, to put it mildly. Okay, the only way PMI would make sense. Okay, so I live in what's called the CSRA. The biggest city around me is Augusta, and I work in the nuclear industry. You can kind of figure out what I do from there. But with regards to PMI, the only time PMI would make sense is if you were renting out a house, like you were buying a house solely to turn it into a rental property, and you knew that for the money you're saving, you could get additional investment returns elsewhere. That's a risky strategy, and it requires a lot of leverage, and frankly, I would just go with a down payment instead. It's just not worth it. So yeah, PMI is bullshit in general. How much money do I make for Twitch sub? Not very much. I think a Twitch sub.
You make $2.50.
Yes, $2.50. I know you gotta pay $5 for one. So it's you literally Amazon takes a 50% tax on any Twitch sub you get, and with bits you only lose like 10% to Amazon. When you pick stocks for investments, do you read company financial stocks like balance sheet, cash flow statements to decide whether or not it's a good company to invest in? Yeah, in general, I do. I tend to go. Again, individual stocks is a minority of my profile, of my portfolio. Mostly I'm kind of bogle-headed. Most of my individual stocks are compensations to where I think the broad-based index funds maybe don't cover as well. There are a lot of emerging tech stocks, industries that I think are going to do really well in 10 years. So I think it's going to be a lot of alternative energy, a little bit of crypto, not a ton. Just enough to get a sort of a diversification on that. But that's generally the way I go with it. So there are a lot of expanding companies. It's so predictably, I got punched in the mouth in 2022. But I'm holding on to them, dollar cost averaging a little bit, but still putting the majority of my money into VTI, VXUS, VNQ, stuff like that. Just bought a new house last year next to the Country Club golf course. That's not bad. Just got told very strong likelihood for an offer next week. Let's go, Cat Bro. Pound it, bro. Let's go. That's awesome. That's freaking terrific. Congratulations. No more unemployed bum communist. Nah, she like... I support unemployment benefits to an extent. There's always going to be those couple of months where you need some assistance to get by, but so I do to get a better interest rate in my bank account. Financial planners take care of the real investments. I do interest rates. I find investing fun, so I do it on my own. I should get myself a fiduciary license and then start actually like doing financial advice for people on this channel. So if I did that, I could probably turn that into an income stream that would cover even more of my expenses and allow me to retire even earlier. Maybe I should look into doing that. Would any of y'all actually want me to be your financial advisor? I'm wondering now. Like, would you pay to have me be your financial advisor? Because I feel like right now I'm just giving the advice away for free. Do you hear about the anti-capitalist cafe? Dude, that's why I love the free market. The free market allows you to create an institution that does nothing but hate on the free market, and whether or not it's successful or not is up to how well it's run. The anti-capitalist cafe folded because it wasn't run well, apparently. Whereas in a socialist system, if you advocate for capitalism, you get sent to jail, which is not cool. To be honest, for me, no, but I'm in a different situation. I'm here for the workouts. Yeah, I think we prefer free. That's the thing. Like, for me, the financial advice I like to give, I love, like, for me, it's my way of giving back. Like, it's my way of helping people. I like helping people. No, economically speaking, I'm fairly far to the right. I believe capitalism is the answer most of the time, but there are certain things where the government should step up. Natural monopolies and the tragedy of the commons are two big ones, and I also strongly believe that we need to much more strongly enforce the Sherman Antitrust Act. I think we have a lot of big quasi-monopolies or oligopolies in the United States that have created regulatory capture and as such stifled innovation. A really good example of this is internet. All I gotta say is Comcast, and you know exactly what I'm talking about when I mean regulatory capture.
Fuck Comcast.
Yeah, so Comcast basically lobbies the government to increase the standards to make it harder for new companies to create, like for new businesses to create internet service. And as such, they create a quasi-monopoly. That's just one example. Another good example of this is what's called the Big Four in the railroading industry. U.S. freight rail has gotten unbelievably profit optimized, which is great if you're a shareholder, but really terrible in terms of an investment in national infrastructure. And as such, it makes us overly dependent on trucking, which means we have much higher infrastructure costs for highways, and we consume far more petroleum products than we should. I'm a huge advocate for reducing petroleum consumption, not because it's a global warming factor. It is, but that's not the main reason. It's mostly for national security. I would love to see the United States become a huge oil exporter, and we can make Vladimir Putin and the Saudis our bitch. That sounds really fun to me. And it blows my mind that the supposedly hawkish conservatives in this country they don't think of environmentalism from a national security perspective. That bothers me. And that's something I'll give a lot of credit to the Nixon and Reagan era Republicans that kind of thought in that mindset a little bit more, that is completely absent from today's GOP. It's one of the things that ultimately prevents me from becoming a Republican, is that the GOP refuses to engage in long-term thinking, and that bothers me. Municipal fiber, exactly. Municipal fiber, you should absolutely be able to run municipal fiber. And I've lived in cities that actually had it, smaller cities, believe it or not, and it's fantastic. We need decentralized energy infrastructure for security. Now, I mean, if you really want energy infrastructure, the simple answer is build a shit ton of nuclear power plants. That's the actual answer. Deregulate the nuclear industry. I'm not saying complete deregulation, but just roll back regulations to when they were slightly less insane, maybe the 70s, and let things fucking roll from there. Remember, the United States nuclear industry, civilian nuclear industry, has killed a grand total of 0 people over the last 70 years. The hydro, solar, wind, any other industry in the United States for generating power has killed more people because people die constructing dams, people die falling off windmills when operating them, or even people die falling off of roofs installing rooftop solar. Every form of energy has pros and cons. Nuclear is the best of the lot, provided we actually make the regulatory environment slightly less batshit. Hey, what's up, Don CT? Good to see you. I'm saying we need batteries in homes. I think, okay, I'm interested in the idea of battery storages for homes, but I think the way to do it is not to create batteries explicitly for that purpose. I don't think the Powerwall, like the Tesla Powerwall, quite gets it right. The way to do it is all these electric cars that we're producing on the roads, right? Hundreds of thousands year after year after year. 10, 15 years from now, those batteries are not going to be really good at cycling up and down, but they're going to be pretty reasonable at holding steady state. Take those old car batteries and recycle them to make them home batteries. You do that, all of a sudden, you have just completely changed the game. All of a sudden, those older batteries, which are, again, maybe not good enough to cycle and hold the majority of range, but they can hold steady state for 30, 40, 50 kilowatt hours, which is more than enough to support a lot more grid flexibility. So that's my personal answer to it. Don't build new batteries in homes. Recycle old car batteries for usage at homes. It's much more efficient that way, and you put a whole lot less stress on the battery manufacturing industry, which at this point I think needs to go full in on electric cars. I'm not a huge fan of cars in general. I think the Interstate Highway Act this is my hot take. The Interstate Highway Act of 1956 was a gigantic mistake. It was a bad use of government spending. Graphene batteries are just 5 years away, just like cold fusion. We will crack nuclear fusion, and we need to continue investing in it because it's the only way we'll become an interplanetary species. But I do not count on cheap, accessible nuclear fusion occurring within my lifetime. I think everyone on this channel will probably be dead before we get to that point. I'm thinking 2150, 2200. But people like Bill Gates, who are putting huge amounts of money into nuclear fusion, they're key to continuing to that point. It's a material science problem mostly. Because nuclear fusion is unbelievably powerful. It's a lot more powerful than nuclear fission. Nuclear fission we can control very easily. We've been able to control it since 1940 with the Chicago Pile reactor. Actually 1938 if you want to get specific, but you get the idea. You having more of that chili? Yeah, she's listening to music. Carla Meow 21, thank you very much for the follow. See, I think we're pretty good on like stretching out. We talked about everything in the stock market. Yeah, pretty much. I think I'm going to probably do some meal planning, but I'm going to do that off the air. I don't think y'all need to see me do meal planning. That's kind of boring. We've been going for over 3 hours now anyway, so I feel like I'm about done. Carla Meow, welcome on in. Thank you for the follow. All these new follows are starting to build up steam. At this rate, there's no reason we couldn't hit 2,000 by the end of the year, and that would be awesome. That would be really cool. So I'd love to see it. Let's do a little bit more stretching out upper body, just because that's what we worked today. Damn, that is sore. Oh, ooh. But yeah, in terms of economics, there are certain things. It's weird. I'm a bit idiosyncratic, is perhaps the right word, when it comes to economic policy. In general, I'm a capitalist. There are certain things the American capitalist system doesn't do very well. Investing in rail is one of them. This is one where, frankly, I don't think nationalization is the route, but I think bullying the big four into forcing infrastructure improvements and rail infrastructure improvements instead of stock buybacks is possible by threatening nationalization. Make the CEOs of the big four piss their pants by threatening to go USRA on them. Don't do it, because I don't think nationalization is very efficient, but you can use that to scare the shit out of them. That's what you got to do. You got to bully them a little bit. And that's for the public interest. I'm a huge fan of rail in general being a far more efficient way to transport goods, people, and services than automobiles. And we spend far too much in roads this country. There are some things you need to do for good for society. Yeah, and to be honest, if you had to nationalize something, rails and healthcare are not the worst options. Healthcare, I'm open to the idea of socialized medicine or universal healthcare, provided that we throw on some fat fucking taxes on junk food. I'm talking like, your $1.99 2-liter bottle of soda needs to be $2.99 or $3.99. If you don't like that, you want to say it's regressive, tell me. Why do the poor need to be drinking soda again? That shit's terrible for you. It causes huge healthcare expenses later in life. It spikes diabetes. It's as bad for you as alcohol is for your liver or tobacco is for your lungs. Society seems to be A-okay with tobacco taxes and with alcohol taxes. Why are we not taxing soda the same way? It's just as bad for you. It causes pancreatic cancer, advanced Alzheimer's, diabetes, of course, and plenty of other maladies. Exactly. If you just look at what we spend per person, we spend stupid amounts on it. But healthcare in particular is where a pound of prevention is worth 2 fucking tons of cure. And if you raise taxes on junk food, it's shown as elastic demand. Those who are impoverished will probably spend less on them. And this is one where I'm totally fine with food stamps, provided those food stamps are for reasonably healthy goods. They don't have to be for only fucking broccoli, right? You can have food stamps for meat, you can have it for produce, you can have it for even, reasonable carbs, rice, beans, potatoes, pasta. But subsidizing via food stamps things like, Little Debbie cookies and Coca-Cola is madness. We are paying money through food stamps to make our own healthcare expenses higher, because the people who are on food assistance are also almost always on Medicaid. Why would we do that? Oh yeah, no, our military spending needs to plummet dramatically. But you could cut military spending to 0 tomorrow, and we'd still be running a tremendous national deficit. The only way we fix the national deficit is by addressing our entitlement spending. There's no other way to do it. I'm just saying, levy huge junk food taxes, and if you have to, use those junk food taxes to subsidize produce growers. Hell, I'm sure the state of California wouldn't mind that, and it'd be helping the part of California that never gets the attention it deserves. Frankly, I think perhaps the single most valuable chunk of agricultural land in the world, the Central Valley. So, anyway, that's, I think, all we got for today. I will be live again tomorrow with pull day, and I think I'm going to try maxing deadlifts for this little thing that Celti's got going on. So we'll do that. But first, it's time to raid someone. Let's see who we got. Well, the only one on right now is Stars and Bars, so we're gonna go raid him. He's from Ireland, and he's actually really cool too. So let's do here. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. We're gonna raid Stars and Bars. No, it's not the Confederate Stars and Bars. He's from Ireland. That's not why his name is that. Anyway, so we're gonna raid Stars and Bars. I want to thank you all for coming out and enjoying this stream. Carla Meow, Elsie Sherlock, Jay's World, Muscle Mac, Cooter Noodles, Ash Ocean, Slightly Popular, Shadow Fox, Something in Chinese, and Say Hill, and then the BitLife Show. Again, thank you for the subscription. Thank you for all the follows, y'all. And as always, make good decisions. Okay, those good decisions they form habits. Those habits, they form values. Those values, they form an ethos. That ethos will be the guide star through the rough waters of life. Much love, y'all. See you at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Come in for the hug. And we are... Stop stream.